Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're in Augusta, West Virginia, checking out 20 wooded acres. It's lot number 14 of Timber Trails. Timber Trails is a development, but there's like no internal road, so all the lots pretty well front on Old Martinsburg Grade Road, which is the road I'm standing on here. As you can see, it's a tar and chip road. Just a quiet secondary road here, state maintained. So there's no HOA or anything like that. I mean, the property does have restrictions on it, but the property has a ton of frontage here along Old Martinsburg Grade Road. And as you can see, there's a driveway, like an old driveway here in place that gets you down into the property about 800 foot. And you'll see when we get down there, there's some old campers and stuff down there. But what I want to point out is you can see the electricity's right here, and you see the gray conduit coming down there. There's underground electricity buried all the way back to like the campsite back there for about 800 feet. And that is huge. Like if you wanted to bring a camper here today and have underground service put back to service a camper only, it would cost you about $20,000. There's a meter back there that's on. You know, if you wanted to run the underground power back here for residents, you'd have $10,000 in that. Basically, they don't give you any freebies if you just want to run electricity back for a camper. But you get certain freebies for a house. But so you got 10 to 20K worth of electric run, depending on how you want to look at that. And the little road that's back in here, I mean, it certainly needs improved and that sort of thing, but at least the trees are out of the way. So I'm going to give you about 10 grand on that. So there's $20,000 to $30,000 worth of infrastructure on this property already, you know, depending on how you want to factor that. So, but let me kind of show you here. Got my son with me today, Easton. He's got his license. He may end up showing this to you. But here's the map of the property. So as you can see, this is Old Martinsburg Road here. And this property all lays super nice. It all slopes downhill from the road, but as you can see, there's a little ridge in here, and this driveway goes right down the ridge, and you could see the camper and stuff down here, and then there's a stream that runs all the way through it like this in the back, which is pretty cool. But like I said, tons of road frontage, and this is where the driveway goes in. And as you could see, the grade of this property, I mean, you know, if you watch my videos before, I try to give lessons on how to read a topo map, but the farther the lines are spaced out, the better it lays. So if you could see the bold line here, every bold line is a 100-foot change in elevation. So from right here all the way to the end, it doesn't change 100 foot in elevation. And for 20 acres in West Virginia, that's outstanding. So, and then here's the actual survey of it. And of course, I highlighted where the creek is back here, but we'll get back in here and get with it. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, back here on 14 Timber Trails. And I just wanted to show you, so here's the underground box back here. As you can see, the meter's back here. And it's on, I mean, the meter's running. And there's a little panel box here. And there's all kinds of little electrical outlets around here, that kind of stuff. I have no idea, but there is buried power back here and the meter's running. So, you know, I'll show you the campers, which are sitting over here in a minute. But as you can see, my truck's sitting there. We had to get this driveway trimmed out a little bit to get back in here. Keenan Shanholtz here again, 14 Timber Trails. So we've got the road trimmed out now back to like the campsite back here. And so here's what you got going on. There's a newer, older camper sitting here. A little metal shed that a tree fell on the roof. And then a real old camper sitting right there. And some assorted junk, you know, around the campsite here. Now, this isn't my listing. It's one of my agents that has this listed, Sandra. I'm just coming out here doing the legwork for her. But it's my understanding this lady that owns the property, you know, she's a widow. Her and her husband own this, and he passed away, and she doesn't know a whole lot about the property. And supposedly, this might have been a buddy's camper or something like that, and we're trying to ascertain the answer to that. But we'll know that when you call what the deal is here with this camper. But if I had to guess, you're going to inherit all of this here, you know, good, bad, and ugly. And it's going to be your problem to get rid of it. But we have people that'll haul these campers off and stuff like that. I mean, there's people that'll do that and get these out of here. But my guess is you're probably going to get the whole shooting match. If anything disappears, it'll be this camper right here. So, but I mean, nice little spot down in here. I mean, you could tell at one time this was cleared out pretty good. And then this would probably be where you would build something at, because from here it kind of rolls down into the hollow where the creek is down here. So we'll check that out next, but just wanted to get everybody up to speed. But you're exactly about 800 foot back in here, so you're 200 yards back in here. Nobody can see you from the road. And once again, super easy, gentle topography getting back in here. And I do want to show you, so how I said, like, you'll see coming down the driveway, there's like little spotlights along the driveway. And then like you'll see like this box here, and there's an old like deck here. So I don't know, one time there was probably a camper parked here, but this old box, I mean, it probably isn't no good anymore, but the wires are here. So like I said, there's a lot of electrical stuff around here, so that's been here. So we'll go down, and there's a path right through here. And there's another building down here that's not in bad shape along the creek, and we'll check that out. But this is the road that goes right down to the creek. Keenan Shanholtz here again, 14 Timber Trails. And we made it back here to the creek. It's a pretty good sized little stream back in here. And it runs, I mean, it runs through the back of the property for a long ways. I mean, there's a lot of this little creek here. I mean, it's on both sides. And I mean, there's a road. I mean, you could get down here. You got to cut some more stuff out of the way. And it looks like there's a four-wheeler path that goes across the creek right here. But, you know, so the campsite where the campers are is right up there. Just come down over the hill. And it's just a menagerie of different kind of like little things going on down here. But they had a tree house built there at one time. But this little shed is actually pretty nice. And you can see it's got light bulbs, light fixtures in it. So the electric's buried, I guess, you know, down to here underground. There's a wire somewhere, but there's just like a mower, like an old push mower and some junk in the building there. But you can see the light bulb there. I mean, you know, this building's in pretty good shape, actually. And then we got to do another little investigation down here, because when I was looking at the aerial, it looked like there was a pond down here. And sure enough, I don't know whether they dug this out, but there's obviously a spring right here. If you see this right in here, that's a spring. And there's like, I'm assuming somebody dug this out at one time, but you know, it's obviously not holding water. But it's a little pond down here, remnants of a pond or whatever. But you'll probably be able to pick that out on the aerial. But and of course the creek's gonna be, like I said, just right over here. But it's an interesting property. I mean, you know, with some elbow grease, this could be a really nice property. It's got all the elements. I mean, you front on Hard Cap Road, you got electricity back in here, it's private, it lays good, you got a stream. If you did some work down in here, somebody knew what they were doing, you could have a nice pond down in here because you got something to feed it. So, I don't know, this might be the last clip. Let me investigate a little bit more and see what else I can find. Keenan Shanholtz here again, 14 Timber Trails. You know, I just come down this way from that last little shed, and there's minnows in this creek right here. But this is a nice big wide hollow in there, and it goes across the creek over there a little bit. But I mean, big wide hollow down in here. I mean, like I said, this property's 100% usable and very private. I'd say I'm probably about in the middle of the back of it here, roughly. Right and left, I'd say I'm probably pretty close to the middle. But I forgot to bring the aerial down here with me to kind of walk you through where I was at. But you'll be able to look on there. You could see like that pond on the aerial shot and everything, if you know where to look. So yeah, this is a good property. And you know, this is on the eastern side of the county. I mean, this in Augusta, it's kind of between Augusta and Slanesville. And you know, most of this 20-acre stuff that we get is usually north or west of Romney, you know, being the western side of Hampshire County. So, you know, typically our buyers are coming from east to west, you know, and if you're coming from Northern Virginia, Maryland, anything like that, this is going to be about 30 minutes closer than most of the 20-acre stuff that usually is in our inventory. So, I mean, less than 10 minutes from Augusta or Slanesville, you know, there's Dollar General store, restaurant, you know, that sort of thing. You're probably about 15 minutes from the hospital in Romney, the food line. So, I mean, it's convenient to stuff. I mean, you're out here, you get that way out to here feeling, but you're really not that far out here. I mean, it's pretty convenient. So, this is a good one. Come check it out. We don't get stuff like this all the time.